All right, let's talk about three little words that can cause a whole lot of confusion. Both, either, and neither. Now, you think you know them, but they've got this secret history. And once you get it, using them correctly becomes so much easier. So, let's dive right in.
So, to kick things off, a bit of a puzzle for you. What on earth could these simple English words have in common with a language like ancient Sanskrit? I know, it sounds totally random, but the answer is actually the key to unlocking how they all work.
And here's the answer. It all comes down to something called the dual number. It's this lost piece of grammar history that explains exactly why these three words are so unique.
Okay, so get this. Thousands of years ago, the ancient languages that gave us English didn't just have singular for one thing and plural for many. No, they had a special grammatical form just for talking about two things. It was called the dual. And while it's pretty much vanished from English today, it didn't disappear without a trace.
And that's the big reveal. These three words, both, either, and neither, are basically the ghosts of that old dual number. They're like these little linguistic fossils left behind for the specific job of dealing with a pair of things. And honestly, this one idea is the key to everything else we're going to talk about.
So all of that ancient history boils down to one beautiful, simple rule that's going to make everything click into place. I like to call it the simple rule of two.
And that's it. Seriously, that is the whole secret. Whenever you see both, either, or neither, your brain should just immediately think pair. We are talking about exactly two things. Not one, not three, but always two.
And check this out. This table makes it crystal clear. Both is easy, right? It means the whole pair, 2 out of 2. I like both. Either gives you a choice, one from the pair. You can have either one. And neither means nope, none of the pair, 0 out of 2. I want neither. It's just simple math, really.
You can really see here how they're all connected. They aren't just three random words. They're a complete little system for talking about a pair. You've got the positive, the optional, and the negative, all focused on two.
Okay, so how does this actually work in a sentence? Well, these words don't usually fly solo. They have partners, forming what you could call grammar's power couples.
Now you gotta remember, these pairs are set in stone. It's always both and, either or, and neither nor. You can't mix and match them, especially if you're writing something formal. They just work together as a team to connect two things.
And look at this awesome example from Agatha Christie. Neither explained nor ignored. See how neither and nor work together? They just perfectly negate two possibilities at once. It's such an elegant way to say it. But let's be real for a second. While neither nor is totally correct, it can sound a little stiff in just, everyday chatter. You're way more likely to hear someone say, I don't want either a cat or a dog. It means the exact same thing, it's just a bit more relaxed. It's all about context.
Okay, now for the tricky part. This is the bit that catches so many people. Subject-verb agreement. Do we use a singular verb like is or was, or a plural verb like are or were? Let's clear it up.
So first things first, let's look at the noun that comes right after the word. The rule here is super simple. Both means two, so it always gets a plural noun. Both days. Easy. But either and neither are kind of pointing to one thing at a time from the pair, so they take a singular noun. Either day, neither day.
Right, that seems simple enough. But what about when you have one of those power couples connecting two different subjects? Like neither the manager nor the employees. What verb comes next? Is it is or are? The answer is a neat little trick called the proximity rule. And honestly, this is a game changer. The rule is just this. The verb agrees with whatever subject is physically closest to it in the sentence. That's it.
Look at how this works. It's so simple. In the first one, the plural noun students is right next to the verb, so we use the plural were. But in the second one, we flipped it. Now the singular noun manager is closer, so we use the singular verb was. It all just depends on which word is closer. Okay, last thing. Let's talk about something we do all the time, and where these words can get a little messy. Agreeing with something negative.
So picture this. Your friend says, ugh, I just can't stand traffic. And you're right there with them. You feel the same way. What do you say back?
Well, you've got a few options here. Neither do I is grammatically perfect, great for any situation. I don't either is also perfectly correct and probably what you hear most often. Then you have the super casual, me neither, which, let's be honest, we all say. And you might even hear people say, me either, though technically it's considered the least correct of the bunch.
All right, so let's boil this all down. What do you absolutely need to remember? 1. The rule of 2. These words are always about pairs. 2. Think of the math. Both is 2 for 2, either is 1 for 2, neither is 0 for 2. 3. Don't mix up the power couples. And 4. When in doubt about the verb, just use the proximity rule. The closest noun wins.
And there you have it. You're now in on the secret. English's hidden code for the number 2. Now that you know the rules and the history behind both, either, and neither, you're going to start seeing them used correctly and incorrectly everywhere you look. Yep.